When disaster shook Mexico, we shared in the sorrow. We were there when our neighbors waded through winter. And we watched as a wayward whale made his way back to sea. Television. There is nothing like it to tell a news story. But even with all the technology they've invented to help us tell a story, they still haven't found something to replace the human element, the person who gets the story, the reporter.
Morning.
Vic Lee. Vic got his start at the New York Times as an errand boy who ran out for sandwiches. For the last 16 years, he's been a reporter at Channel 4. His day starts at 9.
Bernal Heights, 118 Brewster Street, Bernal Heights.
Am I going with them?
The story, 25 people are surrounding a bulldozer to stop a developer.
Okay. These are how many people are surrounded?
Vic gets the assignment. His cameraman is Gary Mercer.
Let's go.
In the movies, everyone gets to the scene on time. In real life, Vic and Gary have to stop for red lights.
All these lights. Come on, light, change.
By 9:15, they reach the back streets of Bernal Heights.
It seems as if you would turn right onto this street, but there's no... Okay, I know. What's this street? I'm totally confused. Was that Presida Park? Where are we?
Did that go through?
Oh, hold it. Where are we?
It's not a through street.
Oh, God, we're lost. I hope we don't miss this bulldozer confrontation. Let's go.
Okay, I'm coming. I'm getting too old for this.
At the scene, the police are already leaving.
Oh, we're late.
People over there, that looks like the architecture over there.
The frustration is that we missed that confrontation. And everybody else apparently was here. And so you're thinking, what am I going to do? Okay, let me get a quick interview with you on camera, okay?
It's also hard on Gary. In 17 years as a cameraman, he's shaken hands with U.S. presidents and been beaten up by the police. Getting beaten today is worse.
And everybody's here. And they're all got that kind of, superior look on their faces, especially the camera. Scum, you're late. But in a way, it's more challenging because you've got to still tell the story. So you get into the people.
Oh, there's a garden there.
Vic spots something up the hill. Laotian refugees farming where the developer plans to build. He's interested.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm trying to save the story by staying a bit longer, talking to more people, trying to find another important angle, which the other stations may have missed. Do you speak English? I'm too proud. And I value my professionalism. And I'm too competitive for that. And that's why we're all in the business. Do the best job you can. And believe me, some days it's hard. Is this your mother? No?
No.
When you miss it, you try twice as hard to find the soul of the story. I can't go back and say I've got no story. I can't go back to the assignment desk and empty-handed. My job and my reputation is on the line. Thank you. Tape one.
Vic goes back to the newsroom, but his job is not over. His work has just begun. It's 12:30.
This is where a reporter's nightmare begins. Got to write the story, got to look at your visuals, your tape, and plus I've got to make some calls now to try to find the other side of the story. Oh, for goodness sakes, it's a message minder. And then put it on the air. You know that saying, if it don't make air, it ain't news.
Vic's story has to be ready by 6 o'clock. By early afternoon, he's looking at his tapes. He has to find out second by second where the best sound and pictures are.
Never get lunch. There's just no time for lunch.
Then he writes. His script tells what sound and pictures go where.
I try to give the viewer something that when he turns the set off at night, that he can say, hey, that was interesting. I learned something today. Television reporting is like being a storyteller. That's all it is. You tell a good yarn. 3, 2, 1. A three-story house in this tiny community.
At 2:30, Vic and Gary go back out to shoot the part of his story where he appears on camera.
And the neighbors simply point down the hill. I forgot my line here. And the neighbors simply point down the hill. For them, a daily reminder of the sprawling urban... I can't... For them, a daily reminder of this... Oh, great, we got a dog barking. Oh, hold it. A truck. 3, 2, 1. Well, I tell you, the stand-up is the hardest thing for me. I am basically shy, and I don't like to look at the camera. I'm not just another pretty face, okay? A daily reminder of the encroaching urban sprawl.
At 4:10, Vic is back writing.
It was a small but significant victory. I need one more line.
The editor is Vince Flores.
Vince! Hey, I'm ready.
The editor's job is to take all the pieces of video that have been shot during the day, all the script that's been written, assemble that so that it becomes television at 6 o'clock.
It was a small but significant victory. You gonna make it?
7 minutes, Vince.
Okay. He brought an entire community together.
This is News Center 4 at 6.
Today was a fairly average day.
An average day. A few wrong turns, 2 cokes, and 9 hours later.
It was a small but significant victory. Yeah, it was a typical day. I'm exhausted. I'm totally exhausted. And I feel good. The pressure's tough. But you know, I don't know what else I would do if I didn't have this job. Hey, TV runs in my blood. TV, pictures, images.
A television camera can show you some amazing things. A camera can even show you what's behind the camera. And that's pretty interesting, too.
These are the people behind the news. That's Don Sango there. Don's the head of news research. Don finds facts when anyone needs them. In fact, Don is like a human public library. And he's as fast as a flying computer.
We do literally run. It's just the speed at which you, and the constant motion. I probably sit down maybe, maybe 15 minutes a day. I don't know.
Don, I really need to get something on for tonight, some old file footage from the 70s.
Ah.
It's historical stuff on the ERA.
Okay.
That's tough, okay?
That is tough. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, bye-bye. That ruined my day.
And the kids with measles I've got.
I do take my job home. And it comes into my home. I get calls constantly from people. The other part, I guess because of the stresses, I dream about work a lot. Not every night, but I dream about work, 5 nights a week at least.
That's another good one for Kit.
Suzanne Bergerac dreams about her job, too. She's a writer. Her worst dream is that she opens her mouth and nothing comes out.
A writer literally puts words in the anchor's mouth.
If any word can describe the events in the Philippines over the last 24 hours.
If any word can describe the events in the Philippines over the last 24 hours, that word is chaos.
And tries not only to make the anchor seem credible, but to actually be credible, which is a big responsibility.
I don't know that that is clear. Maybe there's another way to write that.
I love words. I love fiddling around with words. I love language. And I'm a gossip, and I think this is a perfect job for anyone who loves to gossip. What you're doing is passing on a story that someone told you. And you're not going to embellish it, you're not going to lie about it, but you're going to juice it up a little bit. You're going to try to make it interesting.
Suzanne also loves her computer. It gives her instant news from around the world.
I'm totally married to my computer. It gives instant responses. I can zap a sentence. I can move sentences around. There's just no comparison to the old days.
755 to New Star 4.
It's not like the old days for Don Sharp either. When Don started in the 60s, there were almost no blacks in TV news.
Can you steer Sutro for me?
Now Don is Associate News Director for Engineering. He's the boss of 60 people, all the cameramen, editors, and engineers.
Yeah, how's your day, man?
And as a boss, Mr. Sharp is sharper than most.
I don't consider myself a boss here. I consider myself one of the team with my workers.
Take a look at your camera.
Yeah. They have to go out, carry awesome amounts of gear. They have to go up on mountaintops in bad weather. They have to go up in rain and snow to get the product back here every day. And I feel I'm back here looking at the product coming in, but they're out there carrying the load.
Don's first TV job was in film. To move up, he worked at Channel 4 40 hours a week and went to school another 40 hours to study engineering. Now he works with $10 million worth of TV toys, like a satellite link and a computerized helicopter. Don mixes this new-fashioned gear with old-fashioned wisdom.
When you fall down, get back up, because you're going to always fall down, but when you get back up, you learn something each time. Don't just stay down. Get back up.
Get back up and move. And in a newsroom, everyone moves fast, including Fast Fred Bushart. Fast Fred got his name because when he started as a mail boy, he decided to run everywhere so he'd get noticed. Now, Fast Fred is director of the 5 o'clock news.
Roll! Take 9 sound, stand by with the mic cue to him.
The director directs all the sound and pictures in a newscast, and it's all timed to the second.
16 over the shoulder, take 7 and cue the man.
2 state lawmakers are working on a compromise to get a state ban on assault guns.
5, 4, 3.
You're responsible for the look of the news show in conjunction with the producer. All the elements, all the videotapes, all the supers, all the microphones, all that has to be coordinated through the director. They don't open a microphone until theoretically the director calls for it.
Roll 10, ready to dissolve in effect 610, dissolve.
It's a controlled mayhem for 30 minutes.
Roll 14, and take effect 1.
Today, Santa Clara County officials, Bob, decided that they try to expand the BART system.
Wrong script. You got 5210.
I'm supposed to be talking, I apologize to you, about Yuba City. You're looking at
Put that script down on copy, Dana.
Once you get in that booth and you make a mistake, everybody sees it. Not just your mom sees it, everybody sees it, and you can't take it away. It's there, and you have to keep going.
Take 17.
So it's nuts, and sometimes we win, and when we win, we look awful good. I think we look better than anybody in town. But when we lose, we go right down the old porcelain convenience.
Thank you, everyone. We made it, in spite of us.
But as Fred says, he's paid not to lose. And that goes for over 150 people who work on the news, 31 reporters, 27 camera people, 14 editors, 10 writers, 38 engineers, 4 researchers, 4 production assistants, 5 graphic artists, 1 court artist, 4 maintenance wizards, 6 office diplomats, 1 makeup artist, 2 helicopter pilots, 9 assignment editors, 8 producers, 3 weathermen, 8 special projects producers, 5 big executives, a Washington bureau, a San Jose bureau, an East Bay bureau, and 1 boss. In a newsroom, there is pressure, there is agony, and there is comic relief.
Or I'll be on in just a few minutes. They're just kind of killing time before weather, sort of the warm-up act.
And Fast Fred reminds us of the old saying in TV news, when a day's work's done,
you're only as good as your last show.
Dissolve 18, take it full, you're clear. Thank you all.
I mean, I wouldn't have known it except that he said we were next.
This is a woman under pressure.
There's this correction on...
Sylvia Chase is co-anchor of the 6 o'clock news, and it's 40 seconds to 6.
We're hot. Stand by. Roll 12. Take it.
Stand by, dissolve 16, both mics.
This is News Center 4 at 6.
Hello again. I'm Sylvia Chase. Drug-addicted women are being blamed for a surge in syphilis cases.
If Sylvia looks calm, it's because she is good at what she does.
Stand by, dissolve 2 NMR, dissolve 2 NMR, rate 2 and insert, take Mike's cue.
Ron Neer is the director of the 6 o'clock news. If he looks calm amid the chaos,
Yeah, this is second tease.
It's because Ron Neer is very good at what he does.
Fade out CG set of video PCG over 17.
As director, Ron talks the whole hour the news is on. He gives direction through his headset microphone. 17 people listen on their headsets and do what he says.
Stand by to advance it.
When he says it.
Advance it.
Tonight on Cover Story.
Thank you. Wrap everybody, please.
The producer has produced the script with everything timed to the second. And it's her job to see that everyone keeps on time.
Wrap him. He's totally out of time.
Ready, 2.
The director cues the man who selects all the pictures with all these buttons.
Take it, 11 sound.
A button for a studio camera shows you this picture.
Now the youngsters want to change their story again.
A button for a tape report shows you this picture.
In San Jose, I'm Carl Sonkin, News Center 4.
Fade in Sylvia's mic.
The director also cues the man who runs the sound. Sylvia's microphone.
And News Center 4 has learned that
an interview taped earlier or a reporter live at the scene.
Messed up by a stalled bus on the lower deck of the Bay Bridge.
Take it, 12 sound.
A final note, coastal insurance...
In the studio, 3 camera operators listen to the director. They know when they're hot and when they're not.
16, tie a little bit till double O. There you go.
30 seconds.
The floor director shows anchor people which camera to look at, and they get directions when to start and finish on time.
As Austin Longscott reports.
Fade it out. Change CG.
Wrap, 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 wrap. He's out of time.
authorities say they have long worried about what went on behind the home's closed doors.
Anchors must read the script as it moves on a teleprompter. Words reflect in a one-way mirror so Sylvia can see them, but we cannot.
It's very interesting because you see people talking and you really think, I could do that. And I suppose I thought that at one time, too.
Coming back to 1620 with an insert, Sylvia's mic.
I think that if Lucifer himself had conspired to design Hell on Earth, it would have been a television news set, local style. You know, it's hot out there, really hot. A lot of bright lights, a lot of distractions, people running around and copy being changed at the last minute, and you have to be really in control and really comfortable out there to avoid looking panicky and harried when something does, you know, sail across.
Every day, the news gets on the air this way with the help of 150 people like Ron and Sylvia. Usually it works, and watching it all is like watching an orchestra. The director is like a conductor, and when it works, it makes beautiful music.